Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's very early here in London and just getting ready to do some workout before going to work. So I just wanted to share just this video because I've been very busy this week and didn't have much time to make one. So just want to share a week one, and it's about what we can really choose and what we can't. I mean, we don't know. Everything is possible. We have a free will. We don't have a free will. Our life is already written. It's not. There are so many theories. Like there are people that believes that we actually have a handless written paths, and based off what we feel in the present moment, if we gonna catch one of those written path. So our emotions in the present moment, it's what decide which one of the already written path we're gonna take. So this is like one that kind of like to believe nowadays, but this is a story from when I started when I got into the job I'm doing now, and it's about the job that my brother took that he's doing now. So going back to many years ago, and this is when my father was a teenager in the 50, 60. So Italy was just came out from a Second World War and was in horrible condition. There was no job, poverty. It was just a bit more shit than it is shit now. I would say now we are a bit better, but same shit. But anyway, so he left Italy when he was 17 and moved to Venezuela, where at the time had a lot of jobs. The economy was great until the United States government decided to fuck up everything, placing some of the government puppets and destroying economy and the well-being of the population, reducing Venezuela to what we know now: poor, dangerous, where people are desperate. And that's thanks to that greed, power greed, money greediness. But mostly it's not about the money here, it's about power control, taking resources, something that the United States government is the only things they have been good for since were funded. Basically stealing land, stealing resources, exploiting people, creating suffering, and repeat. Anyway, so my father went to Venezuela and got probably like many Italians at the time, working in construction, farming, and then probably hospitality, until he ended up opening his own restaurant and bar and pizzeria with a friend in, if I remember well, Caracas. Many years passed since, from what I've been told, he had a lot of fun, and one day he received a letter where the letter was saying that his father was on a wheelchair because working in the field, and a tree's branch fell on his back. So he came back to Italy for his father, and here he met my mom. What is my mom in this lifetime? This is like another story on its own, because my father at the time was 42, and my mother was 32. So they were both single. That for the time was really unusual. My mom wanted to become a nun, like, so she never had a boyfriend that I know. And my father, just playing around, having fun. But this life decided that they would fall in love, and 1 year later I was born, and 4 years later my brother was born. So my father decided obviously to stay in Italy and not going back to Venezuela. Sold part of the business to his business partner, and ended up opening a restaurant in my hometown, restaurant, pizzeria, bar, called Portobello, that still exists with the same name but different owner. So that's now we are heading to what it's really, what is free will, until which extent there is a free will. So I never thought or had any idea or will to get into hospitality. I study mechanic, and dropped school and 17, and work in a factory, and then work for my mom that had a bookshop. And my brother started studying accounting, then went to it's called hospitality school. We call it alberghiero in Italy, but dropped after like 1 year. Ended up working in a supermarket for until he left Italy when he was around 25, 26. And so obviously none of us had any interest to work in hospitality. There was no thoughts about it. And that's have been, we've been doing our jobs now. Me, like, I was working in this factory, and then with my mom, and my brother worked in the supermarket basically all the time. He was in Italy. So no idea that one day we would go into hospitality. Then I left Italy, and at the beginning I moved to Australia, where at the beginning I was doing literally everything, working in construction, farming, remover, caping, the restaurants. So that was my first beginning in working in hospitality. And until I remember one day I was working in this restaurant in Perth as a KP, kitchen porter, and I was fed up with washing dishes, working at night. But mostly the problem was working at night. I was fed up working at night. I wanted to having a social life, and I remember complaining with the manager. There was an Italian guy, and the guy told me, look, I have a side business. I'm basically train people to become baristas. I think it would be perfect for you. You would work, it's easy. You would work daytime, and I think you would have fun. So it's like, why not? I went to his house where he had a coffee machine, and we went through this barista training, and So after that, started to looking for a job in cafe, to learn and practicing this new skill, and and then became my main job that allowed me to actually. That's what allowed me to work and live our in so many countries, and now became something that I don't even call a job anymore because it's my passion. I love what I do. It's something I really enjoy. Now we get to my brother. So my brother, how my brother is a pizza chef now. So how he ended up become a pizza chef? He decided to leave Italy and moved to New Zealand, where I was at the time. So I told him, look, you needed to learn something that it would, allow you to easily find a job. So I gave him two options. Now you can learn to make coffee, or you can learn to make pizza. And because he's a more introvert than me, so he ended up wanting to learn to make pizza. And once he had a good idea to how make one, he moved to New Zealand and he got a job as a pizza maker, where eventually a job that he fell in love with, and it became his one of his big passions. So one day, I never thought about it until one day I had this. It was just like a kind of like realization, I would say. Like I was like, oh my God, wait 1 second. I am a barista, working cafes. My brother is a pizza chef, working in pizzerias, and we actually became our father. Literally, we follow his footsteps without even realize it. I mean, we ended up literally doing what he did for many years, with the only difference that we never thought we would ended up doing that. So obviously there is a pattern here. Yeah, maybe the DNA, in our DNA, there was this interest, because obviously we just the result of what our father and our mother is. So yeah, of course it makes sense, like all the DNA thing, we carry out the personality of our parents. Yeah, fair enough. But what I feel is that, using like those skills that we acquired are for a bigger purpose than just fucking, making money and die. We all know that all the jobs, all the making money, all the career, and all the bullshit that we've been taught is bullshit. It's just way to control people doing something. What are those jobs? Are tool that has to be used somehow in the way that we know and we can, to bring some benefit in other people's lives. So obviously in our case, have been now ending up in hospitality. So obviously what we can really choose, the way we ended up doing the jobs that my father did, was more obviously to me than just choices made consciously. There was some sort of patterns that we follow somehow. So now, okay, let's make that was the best options for us, and maybe our feeling good at some point in life redirected us on that path. So that's why it makes me feel like that. Yes, we do have many written paths, and sometimes I feel that some written paths is what it's actually good for our purpose, and working in hospitality probably was one of those. So now, regarding that, regarding what it's right or wrong, what is written or not, jobs, what they are, what those fucking jobs are not for the purpose to make fucking money and become the richest and the most powerful. This is a bullshit fairy tale that is being implanted inside their subconscious, so that we will just follow a path without questioning, and without basically spending time trying to understand how to use those jobs to help our fellow human beings. So obviously we've been our society system, our education system works in a way that everything has to be so everything is about the single, so everything is about the person, and that's it. Everything is about for to become the best. You become the best, you have to become the best, you have to become the richest, you have to make more money, you have to become more famous. It's all purposely, this education system is all purposely made in a way where you focus only on you, leaving apart all anybody else, creating literary competitions, because obviously if you are told that you have to become the most famous, the richest, to be someone in life, you will basically dismiss anything that is about others, disconnecting you from other human beings, which is the result. You are controlled, you're not united, and you fucked. You spend all your life focusing on you, not giving a shit about anybody else, except like your kids, your parents, your brother and sister, that is just blood. Yeah, we call them like that. We love them. Sometimes we don't even love our parents and our brother and sister, but normally we tend just to care about those small circle, when the reality is that our family is much bigger. Yes, maybe our blood family in this lifetime might be this, that, but they are real, like they are spiritual family. It's the entire world population. But if we get into that mindset, people will stick together for their well-being. And that means that the few that benefit from our disconnection will not have the power and the wealth they have now. So I don't want to get into conspiracy theory, because the blog I write, the YouTube channel, and the Rumble channel I run is about spirituality. And I want the people to focus on their spirituality and the understanding that the life is about us and not about me. You know, it's about the collective and not about the single. But there is something going on where the education system is being manipulated in a purpose. All the society, the system in our society is being manipulated. Now that is a few people that are aliens, that are a bunch of criminals. Can be true, can be not. That maybe everything gets meant to be in the way it is, so that we can, like a school, we can learn, do homework, having exams, so that we can advance in our spiritual path. So, regarding what it is definitely all those challenges has to be used to anyway evolve spiritually and to become something better, where we put the collective first as a priority and then us. Yes, of course, you have to focus on you to be able to have the collective, but the main thought has to be on the collective, has to be, toward everyone. So, what we call jobs are nothing more and nothing less than a tool where, because unfortunately of a education, the society structure, you need to work to make some money, so to buy stuff and eat. So all this fucked up system, it's very hard to overcome. So we very fucked inside this matrix. So yeah, you can bypass it, like many people does, going off grid, doing their own things. But I won't deny it's hard, right? So then try to use this matrix while the matrix is using you, because that's what is happening. Trying to bypass it somehow, so using the matrix to help others. So if somehow you have got inside this mechanism, at least try to make other people's life happier and better, because all in this way eventually the matrix can be changed. Jobs has to be tool where the main priority is not to make money, but to improve other people well-beings and to help people. So yes, you make coffee, perfect. You talk to thousands of people, make their life better. When they comes, try to feel them lighter, make them feel accepted, make them feel they are not alone, with a joke, with an advice. Any jobs can be used as a tool to help others. So I like to believe that what we call skills are there for a reason, and those skills are there to be used to bring an improvement in other people's lives in the way you can with the tool you have. It's vital, it's important, it's the only way we can change this broken system while we are on earth, while we experience experiencing this body. This body is just like a temporary costume, all right? It's not us. It's not what the fucking is inside that we call soul. The external is just a costume that eventually at some point you will remove, throw it away, and then change another costume probably, or maybe not. But it's just a costume that it will fade away. It will go away at some point. So that's why, society taught us that, certain jobs are good, so you means they are great. Some jobs are shit, so you are a loser. Bullshit. Any job is equal. The difference is it's made by how those jobs are used to improve our society, how those jobs are used to improve people's lives. And until and as long you're using whatever skill you have, whatever job you have, you're using it to bring a difference, trying to help other people, you are doing the best job you can. You are a successful human being. So don't believe anything of what this broken society is telling you, because it's mostly a lie. So I'm gonna go because I think I'm running late, and I will see you next time.